So if you are searching, keep searching. Keep looking. There are answers out there. There are solutions out there. And when you find that, that's when the hope comes. As I read it, I was just floored that everything it was talking about was my son. All 19 vials of blood are to find some answers. So I just got back from the lab at the hospital. I just had a whole bunch of blood drawn. In fact, I had 19 tubes of blood drawn. And, it was kind of funny. I was looking around at the other people in there and I thought, I'm the healthiest looking one of all of you. Why am I getting the most blood drawn? Well, I'll get to that in a minute. But I wanted to share a couple of other stories with you. I have a friend that I run with every Tuesday and Thursday morning. She's awesome. She gets me out of bed because I probably wouldn't do it if it weren't for her. And she's definitely a stronger runner than I am. She's been running longer. She runs more in the week. I run twice a week. She runs probably 4 or 5 times a week. And so usually at the beginning when we start off, we'll usually walk for just a little bit and then she'll say, are you ready to get going? And, then we'll start running. Well, this morning we were walking up this hill and she said, is it okay if we just keep walking until we get to that sign? Which was really unusual for her because she's, like I said, the stronger runner. I'm usually the one poking, holding back, walking if I need to occasionally. And so I said, oh, is your sciatic stuff still hurting? She's really been struggling with this sciatic pain and it gets worse in the morning when she wakes up. She said she was really frustrated because yesterday she went to a yoga class and she couldn't do anything laying on the ground. And it was really frustrating for her because she's so active and she's so fit and it just doesn't, make sense that she's struggling with this. And she said, I just want to know what's going on so that I can fix it. So she's, reaching out to a physical therapist to get some answers. And, in medicine, we call that the term for answers is diagnosis, right? And a diagnosis often brings hope. I think that something as humans that we really struggle with is if we don't have any way to move forward, then we lose hope very quickly because we don't see that there's something to reach for, something to work towards, something to, strive to achieve. Even if it's just health, if we don't know a way there. And I talk to people all the time at my dental practice and they'll say, I'm just looking for an answer. And sometimes I don't give them a great answer. I have to tell them that they're going to lose a tooth and they have a massive infection or whatever it might be. And they'll say, you know what? I don't like the answer, but at least it's an answer. And that's really what I'm figuring out is we as humans, we just need answers. We just need these answers. And like I said, in medicine, those are typically diagnoses. I've shied away from diagnoses sometimes because sometimes I feel like it pins you in a corner a bit and you don't keep investigating. So I think it is important that you make sure you're looking at all the different angles before just landing on one. But even if it's just answers and solutions, things to be able to work toward help, that's really useful. So my son, this weekend, we had an interesting experience. For anyone who's been following me at all, you might know that my son's really been struggling for about 1.5 years with mental health issues. And it's actually been a journey for me to even say that, And, out of respect of his privacy, I don't share a lot about it other than just it's a struggle for me. It's a struggle for our family. It's a struggle for him. And I was actually driving to a doctor's appointment myself yesterday. This doctor is fabulous. Dr. Jorgensen in Midway, Utah. I always forget the name of his company. I believe it's Living Health. Anyway, he's a functional medicine practitioner and I highly recommend him. I have to drive over an hour to see him each direction. And so I always plan, what am I going to listen to? What am I going to, whether it's a podcast or an audiobook or what am I studying right now that I want to learn a little bit more while I'm driving? And yesterday I sat there and I looked at the books I had because when I'm there, I actually have an opportunity to read a book during one of the treatments. So I love it. So I sat and looked at the pile of books. I always have piles. Like I have books back here, I have books over there, I have books everywhere, but I have like an active pile. It's typically like 5 or 6 books deep and it's the ones I'm currently reading. So I looked at the current reading book list and I thought, okay, what do I need to read today? And sometimes I'll just think that, what do I need to learn today? And sure enough, this book about the struggles that my son's going through popped up. And I'll be honest, I've been avoiding this book. I don't know why. I didn't want the reality of it. I don't know, but I've been avoiding this book and it just spoke to me. So this is the book you're supposed to read today. I was able to read the book while I was at the appointment. Anyway, it was a really great time. And as I read it, I was just floored that everything it was talking about was my son. And it said that they need to basically fit 5 of 9 criteria to have this diagnosis. He fit 9 out of 9. And later in the day, I had a beautiful talk with him, and I actually asked him how he felt about it. And he said, I'm all of those things too. And it was interesting to watch him because I didn't know how he was going to take this. He said, I'm going to go research this tonight. I'm going to go talk to my therapist about it tomorrow. Because I think for once he felt like, I'm not the only one that struggles with this. And maybe there's answers. Maybe there's things that we can do. I'm not crazy, you know? So it was really important for him to have that answer. And that's what I'm doing too. I'm trying to find some answers. So all 19 vials of blood are to find some answers. So I don't keep struggling for another decade or two with the things that I'm struggling with currently, with hormone issues, with endometriosis. I actually got a blood test back, or a urine test. It was a urine test back that showed hormone levels. I am lower than postmenopausal women are. I'm not even 50 yet. I shouldn't be lower than postmenopause. I was lower than postmenopausal women in all the hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, everything. The only thing that was high was cortisol, which basically says I'm really stressed out. And I think it's just the way my life goes. It's the way I live, but I'm working on that too. And I'm going to figure that one out too. We just need answers. Do you agree? This is just so helpful for us. So if you are searching, keep searching. Keep looking. There are practitioners out there. There are answers out there. There are solutions out there. And when you find that, that's when the hope comes. That's when you are making a move towards the better that you're looking for. So keep looking. It's out there. It's out there for my friend. It's out there for my son. We just discovered something pretty amazing actually for him. The diagnosis isn't great. We're not thrilled with it, but it's an answer. And it gives us some strategies and things to do. And there's an answer for me. I'm working on that thanks to those 19 vials of blood we took today and some other testing I'm going to be able to do. And I'll keep you updated.